Welcome, podcast listeners. You are here with your host. It's Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are also here with Hi Matt.
Hi Matt.
Fuck me, this is.
I'm never not going to say it.
It's literally like sign of things to come. This is like there was at least a 10-minute delay there. So this is episode number 85 of the Fret Talk podcast. Obviously, you are here with me, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, and Matt. We're supposed to have Ayrton as well, but he's not here at the moment. He might show up. So what's up, Matt? What you what's occurring, mate?
At the moment, I'm sat doing a podcast, mate. What about you?
Oh, I'm struggling to keep myself awake today. It's one of those. There's like a perfect storm, like the Venn diagram between like just having a shitty cold that doesn't go away, being woken up in the night by my child who's also got said shitty cold, and just like work. It's yeah. So
perfect trifecta.
It is. It is like the eye of the shitstorm.
Well, I'm not quite that bad. I'm struggling on the sleep, but none of the other rubbish.
Yeah, but you do like fucking 20 odd jobs or something, don't you? You never stop.
I'm down to 2 jobs, but like unless you count the band as a job, in which case it's 3. But I don't really count the band as a job. It makes money, but it's more of a hobby than a job. That's
it, innit? Speaking of the band, you've done band stuff this week, haven't you?
I did my first gig of 2019.
Well, hey, and it's well into 2019 now. You are slacking, my friend.
Yeah, well, basically, the 4 other members of the band all have children, and when we did 8 gigs in December, they obviously didn't get to see their families much. So we planned to take January off.
Yeah,
and then we were like, actually, people are skint in January, and even when they've got hit January payday, they're paying off the debt that they ran up in January.
Yeah.
So we basically, the first private gig, we basically said we're not going to do any pub gigs, and if we get offered any private gigs, we'll just take them. So it was a joint 40th birthday party we played on Saturday. And I was well up for it, and it was going to be amazing. And then we got to the venue, and it was upstairs, so that's always a pain in the ass.
Yep.
And they then showed us the quote-unquote stage area. I'm doing the finger quote thingies.
You are indeed.
Which was a small square area where there's no seating.
Yeah.
Which had like walled-off seating either side of it. And at the bottom it was walls, and at the top it was 2 giant, I would say, 12-foot long by 4-foot high squares of glass on 2 sides, and a window, and then a plain wall.
So
the opening at the front was 4.5 foot wide.
So it's almost like the opposite of a isolation booth, in the fact that it's just all reflective surfaces.
Yeah, so basically it's a reflection booth.
It's like a reverb chamber.
Yeah, and to add to that, because it was so small, and we've got a drummer who normally has like 3 rack toms, 3 or 4 toms, and as many cymbals as you can possibly carry in the back of a Ford Transit van, and all that nonsense. And he's also got a pad because we've got like stuff where we get samples in, and he's got like digital drum sounds. We do a couple of 80s numbers, so we've got digital drum sounds on that.
Oh,
and the other guitarist also plays keyboards for some of said digital 80s songs that we do. The bassist is obviously, just a standard rig, but again, he's got a pedal board. The other guitarist has got a pedal board. I've got a pedal board. Fitting all of that into a 12 by 12 box.
You were sat on each other's laps.
Quite difficult. Yeah. So we straight away said to the drummer, "You're using rods," and we also decided that the bass would go into the desk and the 2 guitar amps would be mic'd up.
Yeah.
So we could stay as quiet as possible inside the glass box and put the PA outside the glass box.
Yeah.
and use that to fill the room. And it was really infuriating because I'd basically spent 2 weeks tweaking the double mat and the Rangemaster with the Vox to get it perfect. The Vox wouldn't fit in the space where I had to put an amp, so I had to go. Luckily, I'd brought both amps to the gig, so I had to bring the Hayden in. And although I brought both speakers of the Hayden in, I didn't even bother plugging the second one in. It was just there to raise the first speaker off the floor, so I had more chance of hearing it.
Shit, man.
I then spent 25 minutes trying to tweak with all the stuff, because obviously when you're trying to bring the Vox's drive down and you're trying to bring the Hayden's drive down with the broadside, totally different settings.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're voiced totally differently, so maybe not 20 minutes, but I spent quite a while fiddling with that and then setting up the pedal board, and I had to remember to bring the extra switch for the Mojo setting of the Hayden, and it was just a pain in the backside. But
yeah. Did it go well?
We got there in the end. Yeah, we got there in the end. It was really loud on stage, even with the volume down, because it was just like I said,
everything
just a
in
reflective
the tiny
box. And obviously our singer needed a monitor, so he was standing at the front in the opening, but the monitor was in front of him, so that was firing back into the reflective box as well. So just utter chaos.
Add
noise
more volume
everywhere, and just and because it was a glass box and we were having to face towards the one sort of opening with the amps.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that meant that my amp also was facing towards a big sheet of glass. So I was almost getting like a reverb or delay effect, which was sending me out of time every now and again when there's like complicated bits that I actually have to think about.
Yeah.
But, we got through it. It was a
delay.
good... Yeah, exactly. But we got through it. I really enjoyed it. Like, just good to be getting back playing again. I absolutely love it. Like, I'd gig every night if I could. I absolutely love it. People seem to be up and dancing for the whole time, so that was good.
Yeah.
We've got another gig this Friday, which will be better because it's in a room that actually is set up for functions where
they're designed
supposed to have. And the company that I do the sound stuff with are also putting a PA in for that event. So
nice.
We won't have to set up our own PA. We'll be properly mic'd with proper mic. Like, we don't have enough mic stands to mic our guitars normally, so we basically hung microphones over the front of the amp, like you do when you have to wrap it over the handle and dangle it down, which obviously isn't the best, but that's what we had to do. Whereas this one at the weekend, we'll be properly mic'd up with SM57s pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, not pointing at the floor.
Yeah. And I can't wait for this Friday's one. I'll be able to move as well. I won't be just like static playing songs, so that'll be a positive.
Yeah, it makes a world of difference when your sound's on point, doesn't it?
It does.
So I suppose, knowing that we are approaching the end of February, because February is quite a short month, there's a question coming up now, isn't there?
There is.
Go on.
I've had one go through it.
How do you find
it? It's because it's not a song that I'm overly familiar with. I've heard it a few times before, but it's not something that I obsessed with as a kid, like Smoke on the Water was. It's taking me as much time to try and get the song into my head and then try and play it through my fingers. Whereas with Smoke on the Water, I knew exactly what was the next phrase was. Whereas this time I'm having to try and hum the next phrase in my head before I try and play it.
Yeah, it's adding an extra challenge, isn't it? Because the challenge of Smoke on the Water wasn't what you needed to, like, knowing what you needed to play. It was just playing
it.
Yeah. You'd be like, Richie Blackmore, you're a bastard. I know you're a bastard because I know what's coming next. I've got to put my hands up and say, like, I got halfway through it at around probably like 10, 15 days into February and went, well, that's that sorted. I'll leave the rest for later. February's a short month, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And like being quite busy as well. And we'll talk a little bit as to why I've been busy. So I've done half of it. By the time this podcast comes out as well, it will be next month.
Yes, it will.
So I suppose we should probably choose another song, shouldn't we? And what I'll do, try and record.
Shall we announce that at the end of the thing to give me a chance to think? Because I hadn't even thought.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we need to remember it, to be honest, and I don't think we will. But yeah,
we'll see if we do. If not, we'll announce it on the Facebook page.
That's it. Or we can do it on the Sunday cast as well. Maybe. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll do that actually, because that sounds like a plan.
It does.
Yeah. So yeah, I've not got through that as well as I would have hoped. I might continue on with that one during also doing this new one.
Yeah, I don't think I ever recorded Smoke on the Water, so I might try and record all three sometime in March.
Cool. Yeah, that's it. Just front load March with music. So before we get on to kind of the meat and gravy of this week's podcast, I've done some stuff as well this week.
Way!
I've done something which will please you immensely, Matt.
Go on.
So that double Matt video, the Hello Sailor Effects double Matt, which is
the one I called you out on last episode for having supposedly recorded, but it's never released.
Yeah, it's not the first time you've called me out on this, to be honest. It's almost been every episode for the past 4. Yeah, I decided I would do something about it and not be a lazy bastard. Especially, I mean, it was spurred on by the fact that you kept talking about it. I was like, I remember that pedal being quite cool. So I went back and listened to it, and yes, in fact, that pedal is quite cool. So yeah, that's
very quite cool.
Very quite cool, yeah. So by the time this podcast is out, that video will also be out. So check it out on my YouTube channel. I think I've called it the double Matt, but in the video it didn't have a name at the time, so it's referred to as the double pedal or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's very very good, very good. But I also did some more YouTube stuff this week as well. So I had a backlog of things that I needed to do. A couple of which have gone on my Instagram already. I think one of which was the TateFX Raise the Dead that I hand painted.
Yeah,
like a child's drawing of a Raise the Dead. But yeah, I mean, I've done some stuff with Fletch of Fletch Pickups gave me a Harley Benton SC550, I think it was, sometime before Christmas, brand new from the box, and said play this, see what it's like, and then I'm gonna add some awesome to it and then play it again. He handed me back with the awesome pickups in it, and I have tested those out, and surprise, surprise, fucking awesome. I think they're the Prominent set, which are voiced around old PAFs. So, I mean, you're not getting any complaints from me. They're a beautiful balance, not being so incredibly bassy that you have to shelf it, but not being nasal and thin as well. So there's a really nice balance between that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had some real fun with that, and a good couple of months back now, I teased a telly set that Fletch has made with these an open coil telly neck pickup. It's almost kind of half covered, and I do a proper review on them. And again, spoilers. I think I'm gonna need a new telly. Yeah, so they're cool, and that guitar has something that you were mentioning on our last live podcast as well, actually, Matt. How you wanted basically just the pickups wired directly to the output jack.
Yeah, that's how all pickups should be.
Yeah, so this guitar has got that feature on it. It's got like a push-pull pot, and with that engaged, it bypasses the volume and the tone. So you can still use the pickup selector, which is cool, but then it just goes direct to output jack.
So why would you ever have that in any other position than that?
So funnily enough, with it being engaged, that's with the pot as normal. It's when you pull it out, it then engages the tone and the volume. So was
that accidentally wired the wrong way, or
no? That's Fletch just going. Yep, this is the default setting.
The default setting is turn everything to the fucking max.
Yeah, and I can't argue with it. It works really well. And I could think of having that on a push pot would work essentially as like a preset for your guitar. So you could like knock the volume down, maybe take a bit of tone off, and then
just tap it.
Tap it, and you've got your like balls to the wall mode. So that's really cool. I'm talking about it. I'm thinking that might be a really cool mod for my next guitar.
For the one that you're going to put these telly pickups in.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I might just not give him this telly back, to be honest. Just be like,
see if he notices.
Yeah, how much money do I have to give you to make this problem go away? Oh man, I've got too many guitars. I can't do that. But speaking of guitars,
blasphemy!
I know,
blasphemy!
How dare you? How dare you, sir? Speaking of guitars, I went to a little known guitar show this weekend called the Birmingham Guitar Show, or as it was colloquially coined, YAMM.
YAMM?
YAMM, yeah. Because the Black Country, people from kind of West Brom, Dudley, those kind of areas, they're known as yams. So
okay.
So rather than it being NAM, it is YAMM.
Right, okay. I was really like, but it's called the Birmingham Guitar Show. How have you got YAMM out of that?
Yeah, it's YAMM. YAMM, yeah. Oh, it's much more funny when you have to explain every step of it.
Well, unfortunately, not living in that area, I've never heard that term.
Yeah,
before.
yams. Yeah.
And it's probably a good idea that you have sort of explained that, because I'm pretty sure we've got people who are also not from that area listening to the podcast.
We've got people who are like really not from that area, as in like not from this country.
United States.
Yeah, they'll be thinking, yam? What's a yam? Isn't that like candy meat or what? I don't know. What is a yam? It's like a root vegetable, isn't it?
I was going to say, I thought it's a vegetable.
Yeah, they have candied yams, don't they?
If you say so, mate.
I think so. Yeah, American viewers, listeners, just correct us on yam knowledge, because I know what a yam is. Don't know what a yam is. and that's our talk. That's a talk about the Birmingham Guitar Show for this week. So Birmingham Guitar Show, again, like Birmingham, England, not Alabama. It's one of the bigger UK guitar shows, and there was so many cool things going on there. In fact, there was one company used the Birmingham Guitar Show to release one of their new 2019 line.
Who is that?
Shergold. They
right, okay, yeah, I've heard of them.
yeah. So yeah, they released a kind of Les Pauly shaped one, and I didn't actually see it at the show, but having looked back on them, they look really cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you kind of like a virtual tour of of the Birmingham Guitar Show.
Okay, I'll close my eyes and come on a journey with you.
That's it. So it started off. I think it starts off with vintage guitars, maybe, or I think vintage was actually a little bit to the left. Who is it? Strandberg were there, and they were pretty much
okay.
So I was there with Fletch and Yeomans to start off with, and we looked at Strandberg's, went, no.
Those guitars don't have a headstock. What the fuck's going on with that?
Yeah, there was one that looked a bit like a telly. It was like a butterscotch blonde blackguard Strandberg, and I was like, ooh, that's sending me mixed signals. So yeah, we bypassed that place completely.
I wonder why.
And the first place that we stopped off at was the fretboard.co.uk.
Okay.
They had a little stand, but on that stand, I mean, we largely didn't care about another online forum, especially because they're direct competition for us. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah,
with who are they?
So on their stand was the dude from Pedal Patch, which is Phil. So I talked about Pedal Patch a couple of weeks ago. He was there, but he was also there with Stuart Tate of TateFX, who had a little demo rig. So he weren't there to really sell anything, but he was there to let people try his pedals, and we did. So he had a little demo board with basically all of his pedals. So you've got the I think from right to left we had like Antares, we had BMB, we had Raise the Dead, then we had the the booster, which Yeomans insist on calling the Nacho Average Booster, because it's got like a kind of Day of the Dead Mexican theme to it.
Yeah, so it's called a Natch.
Yeah, it's just called the booster.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that. I don't think Stuart's going to be running with that though.
Well, to be fair, Stuart's already removed the original name from it, hasn't he?
He has, yes.
Didn't it used to be called the Bullshit Booster?
It did used to be called the Bullshit Booster. So yeah, I think giving you a little bit of a tour of the Tate stuff. I've tried most of it prior to the show. Obviously, we had the BMB, which we gave away to John Trom from Heavy Repping. I've made a Raise the Dead, my kind of handmade version of it. So it was a V1 rather than the V2. So I got to try the V2, which has got the kind of the pickup simulator in it, which meant that it wasn't the first thing in the chain, but it still played nice. Yeah, one knob, kind of balls out fuzz face, rich, creamy, just guttural noise. Fantastic stuff. B&B, obviously, kind of rap inspired. I like it on the kind of lower gain settings, as well as being very, very childish and just turning the gain all the way up. Which was something that Stuart very much encouraged. He was like, yeah, whack the fucking gain straight up. So, good man. The Antares as well, which I've had a chance to try prior to the show. But we also, because they were all together as well, we were stacking them together. The Raise the Dead works especially well with the Antares driving it, because it's just it gets into kind of silly territory. And then the natural average booster is potentially the loudest thing on the planet. In terms of like boosters, you usually get like a decent volume jump. I think the loudest we had the booster was about kind of 3 on the pot, and that was it. That was like ear splitting level. So
Ace.
Yeah. If you want a clean booster that literally will give you enough boost, yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So yeah, like super impressed with the TateFX stuff, and it was really nice to actually meet Stuart face to face, because we've chatted loads online. Obviously done the B&B giveaway, and he's sent me some stuff as well. Oh, pardon me. But he's a really, really nice chap. As much as he tries to refute it online and tries to convince everyone that he's a knobhead, he's a really, really, really sound chap. And same with...
Big question.
Yeah, go for it.
Big question. Before you move on from Mr. Stewart, did you take him a potato?
I did not know.
You're missing the trick there.
I did. I'm sure I referred to his pedals as TateFX at some point, which he didn't pull me up on. And when we were trying these pedals out as well, we happened to run into Ollie motherfucking Miles of Ollie Miles
Whee!
Music. Yeah, so he just came sauntering along, and then made the most disgusting sound. Just it's so orally pleasing, but it was just dirty. So we got the amp that was being used was an orange rocker. I think it was one of the smaller one, but I can't tell you which one.
15 is a small one, isn't it?
I think it might be in the 32 actually. But yeah, so we were running all of those front ends clean, and then we did the Antares into like the drive channel of the orange. Ollie saunters along. Yeah. Why am I using the Antares on this drive channel? Let's whack it with that fucking Raise the Dead. And yeah, the speaker did not know what to do. It was trying to push out bass responses which weren't there, and just made this kind of nasty farting destruction sound. But it was filthy. It was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, and apparently there's been talk of producers using the Raise the Dead on bass tracks as well, to give like a really grindy, nasty sound. Yeah. So yeah, really versatile pedal considering it is one knob. You get the one sound. You get that one sound like louder. It adds a bit more drive as you go up as well, I think. But it's an incredibly loud boost.
Yeah. Is it maybe only adding extra drive in the fact that you're driving the front end so hard that the amp is starting to drive?
Yeah, it could very well be. That's not out of the realms of possibility.
I really need to get my hands on a Raise the Dead, because I love that kind of like speaker just getting really confused with itself sound.
What I might do then, I might send you through mine, so you can have a try of that. Because it's definitely. I mean, because you being on the Isle of Man, you might as well be in fucking space with like getting any gear.
Oh yeah, so, I'm not going to be able to try it. I'd literally have to buy one, and then if I didn't want to keep it, I'd have to then sell it on.
Yeah, I got to see some of the new finishes on his enclosures as well, because I've seen the B&B, which they're all hand finished with a kind of water slide decal, I think. And obviously the Raise the Dead that I've got is hand painted by me. So I got to see the powder coated and screen printed enclosures, and they look immaculate. They look really, really good. You're talking rivaling big companies with that kind of quality. So I was well impressed. And he popped one of the. In fact, he popped two of the pedals open. He popped one of the Reverb exclusive green Raise the Deads open, and the Antares. And do you know when you hear someone like Paul Gilbert playing guitar and you think, oh, why do I fucking bother? Stuart's
is that what
wiring.
You felt like looking inside of his?
Yeah, I was like, where's all the cable gone, mate? Like, why are you not having to cram stuff in? You've cut all of the wires to a perfect length, and it's very neat.
What's that all about?
Yeah. So yeah, very envious of that. But then opposite the TateFX kind of show reel was Eastman guitars, and a guitar company that I'd heard of. I'd heard a lot of people going, yeah, these guys are legit, but never really paid much attention. I think Guitar have some, and I've looked at them and went, yeah, okay, they look like kind of kind of Gibson inspired, but like, do I really care? But then I tried some, didn't I?
Was that kind of...
Yeah, and he went and tried some, didn't I? Yeah, actually, Stuart was singing their praises and says they're actually very, very good. But it was Yeomans who went, yeah, these things look like awesome Les Pauls. Let's give them a go. So we tried a couple of the kind of Les Paul shapes, the SB59, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between them and Gibson in terms of like finish, in terms of quality, in terms of like substantial feel. I was having a chat with a chap and asked him, are these things like full fat or are they chambered? And he went, nah, like carefully selected wood so that they keep within a certain weight tolerance, but no, all the wood's there. It's like, you saucy bastard. It's not the only wood that's going on around here now. So yeah, I had a chat with a chap, and I unfortunately can't remember his name. I've got some details for him around somewhere, but I had a chat with him, and he was saying, yeah, they're all kind of, they're Chinese made instruments, which kind of makes you raise an eyebrow, but they're hand finished. They're kind of meticulously detailed in terms of like their specs. Like all of the accoutrements, you like CTS pots and like a bone nut. Like I say, carefully selected woods. It's not just, oh, we'll grab any old lump of mahogany. It's like they're selected for the premium price point that these guitars are at. They use either Lola pickups that are specifically tuned to the instruments that they go in. So they were designed with these instruments in mind. Or Seymour Duncan Antiquity pickups, which are like your kind of your dog's bollocks Duncans.
Yeah. I love the sound of the Antiquities.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get a bad sound out of one of these Eastmans, so I was pretty taken by them. Yeoman's really like the single cuts, the kind of Les Paul inspired ones. I got to try so it can only be described as like a 335 with P90s and a Bigsby. I got to try one of those, which was almost kind of like a worn cherry red, so almost kind of browny in places. It looked the part. There were about 3 or 4 other guys like kind of sharing this guitar around before I got the chance to play it. And when they handed it to me, it was like absolutely mentally out of tune. So after kind of wrestling it back into tune, because you can't tune anything by ear at a guitar show.
Why not? You should be able. In fact, if you use the harmonics, you should be able to do it by feel.
Well,
that's what I keep getting told on the internet. Why are you buying a tuner? You should be able to do it by feel.
Yeah, those people have obviously never been to a guitar show. It's so loud that you can't feel anything anymore. So
your entire body's just numb.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, this 335. It's called a T64, I believe is what they call them. A 335 style, kind of very classy. P90s. I think those are Lola P90s, and a Bigsby. I think they come in at something like 1900. So for a 335 style guitar, that's very reasonable. The Les Paul shaped ones, I think, were coming in at like 222.
At about Desmond, is that?
Yeah, they were asking for a cool Desmond. But they were offering 10% off as well for the guitar show purchases, which was very tempting. But yeah, I absolutely fell for this T64, which absolutely beautiful. I clearly didn't leave with it because very expensive. But I'll be looking out for some more stuff coming from Eastman because they impressed me.
Nice.
From there, I think we went on to we carried on up, and this was one of the 3 times that we went to see Thorpy at the end of the first row, and then the noise klaxon sounded, which basically means shut up. So I went over, klaxon went. It's like, oh crap, I can't hear you. Can't hear your pedals. We'll come back later and we'll sort that out. That was not the end of that one. Went to try the Marshall Studio Classic head of some description. I think because the Studio Classics come in 3 different varieties, don't they? So I'm not entirely sure about these ones, but you got some information up on it a bit earlier, didn't you?
I don't have information up on them, but I have read. So then there's a 50s with P90s, there's a 50s with humbuckers, and there's a 60s with humbuckers, I believe.
Marshall Studio Classic?
I'm talking about this totally wrong. What the fuck am I on about?
I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't even know where I got that from. It's a JTM voice one, a JCM 800 voice one, and a Silver Jubilee voiced one. Indeed.
I believe, and I definitely don't quote me on this one, but I believe I went through the JCM 800. So they're all kind of plexi style, but yes. I believe that's the one that I went through. So classic Marshall rock is what you're looking for with a JCM 800.
Pushed Marshall.
Yeah. I mean, it weren't particularly fierce in terms of gain, but it was. You could see that was very kind of classic rock tones. However, I do have a bone to pick with the Marshall stand. It weren't the staff; they were wonderful and helpful. It weren't the products; they again very much impressed me. It was the choice of guitars that they had on offer.
Right, can I before you tell us what they were, can I have a guess?
Go on.
Right, so if I had 3 classic voiced Marshalls,
Yep.
I'd probably go, right, people coming here are either going to want the classic rock,
Yep.
maybe even a little bit of blues. So what I'll do is I'll get a Strat and a Les Paul.
I think that's what they did the previous year. There was definitely a Strat the year before when they were doing the what were they called?
Origins.
The Origins. That's the one. Yeah. This year they decided to go against that.
So they went for the Les Paul then.
So the choices of the guitars were there was a Jackson. It was a relatively low level Jackson as far as I'm aware, which was HSS setup, I believe, with a Floyd Rose. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, in the Jackson's defence, it was set up pretty well, and it sounded better than I expected. And the other one that was kicking around, but I didn't ever see anyone playing, was a Gretsch, some kind of Gretsch. So,
yeah, that well-known classic rock. I mean, to be fair,
yeah, Malcolm Young, yeah. There's a few, isn't there? But you don't like when you're asked to name a classic rock guitar, you don't go, oh yes, Gretsch. That's it'd struggle to get in your top 5, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if they can't do the Strat and the Les Paul,
Yeah,
335's next, isn't it?
I would have thought SG or Telly.
I'm not sure Telly isn't something that I think of when I think of classic rock. I don't know why.
Status Quo. I mean, like the Boss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Boss. Status Quo, yes,
but I mean, there's precedent for it, and
oh yeah,
they're quite versatile.
More so than a Jackson and a fucking Gretsch.
Yeah. I mean, if you had like a top 5 kind of rock instruments, I mean, Tellys as well. Jimmy Page, he was a massive user of the Telly.
Yeah, but you say Jimmy Page, and I think Les Paul and Double Neck SG.
A lot of the big recordings were using Telly.
Oh yeah, wasn't it like Telly until like all of the Yardbird stuff and up to
Zepp 1 apparently was
I think it was like halfway through 2 that he changed over, and then he kept using the Telly every now and again after that, because obviously it's the solo from Stairway on 4, isn't it? And
yeah. So I'm to believe, but there's Telly all over Zepp stuff. But yeah, I think if you were to have like a top 5 kind of iconic electric guitars, you'd have a Les Paul, you'd have a Strat, you'd probably have a Telly. Yeah. I'd kind of angle for something kind of P90s, maybe like a Junior or an SG Junior, something like that, and then maybe you'd have like a semi-hollow 335 or something along those veins. The Jackson wouldn't get to the, but maybe that's just me.
The Jackson doesn't get in the top 100, does it? I'd have a HSS Strat before I had a fucking Jackson.
Yeah, but essentially that's what it was. But then with this Floyd Rose, so by this point I'd met up with my man Everything Joseph from Instagram. I mean, you can see on his Instagram profile a couple of the pics from the day as well. He had to go through that. He was loving it. He handed me this Jackson. Like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a go. Put it on the neck pickup. Thought, at least we're gonna get somewhere with this. But then playing it for a little while, the high E was not quite in tune. Went to go tune it on this god awful Floyd Rose system. There wasn't any tuning left on the little dial, like the fine tuner.
Yeah.
So thought, okay, let's unlock the nut and sort this tuning out. The little eyebrow raised there. I think both of us are too tired to make any innuendo this week. Just for your listeners, you will have missed that subtle cue from Matt there. But yes, the intention was there to make a quip.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to unlock the top two strings to get some fine tuning back on it. High E fucking snaps, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Just what you want.
Well, what I think someone had done, I think someone had gone to tune the high E with the Floyd locked,
Not
and then
that you...
yeah, and then just snapped it. So I unlocked it.
I've seen that done before, where somebody has tried to tune at the headstock, snapped that bit there, and then realised that you can do it with the fine tune, left the bit broken at the top. And as they're playing, like, even though that's a locking nut, it still starts to slide its way out.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I was left with this kind of 5-string out, like nowhere near in tune, because why would it be? Because it's now missing part of the tension. Yeah. So I kind of
bend and bring the tension back.
I flagged the guy down.
Oh yeah, do some dive bombs. It doesn't matter whether it's fucking in tune or not. That well-known classic rock sound. Doom.
Yeah, so I flagged this guy down. Bless him. He's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Like, I'll sort you out with another guitar. Kind of looking around frantically. I'm just like, mate, have you got some strings? I'll restring it. I'll put the I'll make sure the E string's back on. He was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Would you do that? I was like, yeah, it ain't no biggie. So he pops off. 2 minutes later, comes back with like a fresh pack of strings, and I essentially string this Floyd Rose for the job. Yeah, and then get it to a point where it can be tuned again, which was great fun. After that, I'd kind of lost interest, so I then just hand him back the guitar and go, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, it sounded really good. It sounded very kind of classic Marshall-y, and that kind of paired up with your Hello Sailor broadside would be something real versatile. And as Joseph was saying while we were there, it was like slam a tube screamer at the front end of this, and you're getting proper meaty tone. I was like, yeah, that'd do it pretty well. From there, I mean, we went around, we saw some people, we did some things. We had an amazing curry. Bingley Hall. I'm just a quick shout out to the guys who run Bingley Hall. They always cater using these amazing catering company who do like a lamb curry, a chicken curry, and like a vegetarian curry as well. And it's so good. It's pretty cheap as well. So,
sound.
I was down with that. And then we went to see some other people. We went to see Thorpy again, and again the klaxon went off. Like, fuck's sake. But then we had a chat with Chris Buck, who is a kind of rising star in the kind of YouTube and those kind of things. He's been on That Pedal Show. He's I think he's done some of the stuff with Andertons as well. I'm not entirely sure, but his face is he's been seen around quite a lot recently. Lovely chap, and he shows us this new guitar that he's got. He says, "Oh yeah, this is a." do I try the Welsh accent?
I don't know. It can't be much worse than your Dutch accent or your whatever you tried to do earlier.
Yeah, he goes, "Hey guys, this is my new guitar." So he's like,
Wales, just outside of Amsterdam, is it?
that's it. He's like, yeah, this is my new guitar. I've picked it up from Grey Guitars, and they're around here somewhere. Like, kind of pointed in a general direction. It's like, yeah, cool. We'll go check those guys out. So went over to see Grey Guitars, and there was a guitar which, when I saw it, I thought instantly of you, Matt.
Go on.
It was shaped like a massive cock and ball. No, it was a pink Telecaster, so it's like kind of almost
two
kind of
amazing things.
Yeah, pastely, almost kind of verging on hot pink. Burst going into like a really light pink, like a baby pink in the center. Dual P90s, pretty chunky, substantial neck.
Nice. It sounds like an amazing guitar.
Yeah, it was not bad at all. The neck was something weird as well. I think it might have been like entirely rosewood neck.
Nice.
Or maybe it was.
I definitely get along with that as well.
Yeah, it might have been mahogany actually. It might have been like treated mahogany, but it was like a dark neck.
Yeah.
So that was really, really interesting, and they had other guitars as well. The Chris Buck one was just like a standard kind of almost sonic blue Strat, 3 single coils, because he's a Strat guy. He's Chris. Okay. But they had another Strat around there. They had a gold HSS Strat as well, with a flamed roasted maple neck, which looked very nicely.
Yes.
And the chap, I don't know his name, Mr. Gray maybe, I don't know. He was showing us the finishes on these necks and how it's they're not lacquered. They're finished using like a special kind of wood oil treatment, which meant that you could still kind of feel the grain of the wood, but it's protected and it's smooth. So that
sounds a lot like what Exotic do.
Yeah, it might be.
Remember, I raved over the Exotics, and they don't lacquer the necks. They're flamed maple that's baked and treated with some weird kind of oil thing, and it just makes them. They're so smooth, so they don't go sticky. They're just like amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we went to see. We went to see them when the noise klaxon was still in effect, so we didn't get to plug any of them in. But I got to have a little go on them, and the necks, it did feel quite smooth. It was a little bit chunky for myself, but like I say, I only tried one of them, so yeah, the style is the style of these guitars was quite striking, and handmade in the UK as well. So can't really beat that. Third time I went to go see Thorpy. Again, like really busy man because his stuff's awesome, and then the klaxon again. It's like, you know what? It's not meant to be today, mate. It's not meant to be. But I had a very similar experience with Zander Circuits as well. So I went over, we kind of milled over towards Zander Circuits, and then the noise police were on it again. And it's just like, okay, there's not much point going to see a pedal company when you can't hear their pedals.
When you can't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we missed out on Zander's. Later on in the day, we got to see our friend Andy over at Honeyboy though as well.
Sexy little bastard amps.
Yeah, so he had again a sexy little bastard 5-watt amp, which I find it very difficult to not try and run away with that one because it's a beautiful amp. but he also had his 30 watt, which is a new one for his line. And I think it's like it's got 3 speakers, and they're not all the same size. I can't remember exactly, so you'd have to kind of check with Andy for that one. But it was this like white finished with like kind of gold appointments, and it looked. I think he used it to match a Gretsch White Falcon in a photo shoot.
I was going to say, certainly the photos I've seen of this, I thought it was a 310, but you're right. Some of the speakers might not be 10s. But yeah, I've seen photos like it was either Guitarist or the Guitar magazine. One or the other came and did a photo shoot, and yeah, he had a white Falcon with it, and they just matched perfectly, like with the gold corners and it's just a sexy amplifier.
Yeah, so I mean, I'd seen some of those promo shoots and thought that is a very nice looking amplifier. In person, it's even lovelier. It is. Oof. Like it's yeah, and it sounds amazing as well. We got treated to a proper like rockabilly guy who came in to the Honeyboy stand after us and played some proper like country picking, like the kind of thing that should be going through these amplifiers. It sounded it was a beautiful match. But me and Yeomans did a little show off where we did some kind of dual guitar stuff as well. Which again, there might be footage floating around on the internet about that, or there's definitely photos of us kind of showing off.
Yeah,
and the telly that Andy had at his at the Honeyboy stand. Had some Fletcher pickups in as well.
Yeah, I was going to say he got Fletchers for that, didn't he?
He did. That's part of the reason why Fletch made these uncovered ones, because Andy was after that look, and rightly so. They do seem banging.
Ace.
So yeah, I think that's. I mean, we did some other stuff, but. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the show. But I just wanted to kind of wrap us up with just a kind of a thought of like what I took from the guitar show. But not only what I took from the guitar show as well, but what I heard like a load of people kind of the kind of vibe that I was getting. And it's just how awesome is the UK gear scene at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, I didn't get to go. I live on the Isle of Man. It's a pain in the ass to get up.
Yeah.
It would have cost me 10 times the ticket price just to kind of get there. I'd have had to stay in a hotel overnight. It would have just been too much. So obviously, I haven't managed to go. But all of the names that you mentioned, plus there's plenty more out there that you didn't mention either that were there or that couldn't make it for whatever reason. But there's so many UK... whether it's guitar builders, amp builders, whether it's pedal manufacturers, and they're all doing their own thing. It's not like a bunch of companies that are copying somebody down the road.
Yeah.
They're all trying to put their own stamp on like the music industry as a whole, and it just allows for so much variety. Like 20 years ago, you basically... bought either a Squier, an Epiphone, a Gibson, or a Fender. You bought a brand name amp, and you bought Boss pedals because that was about what was there. Yeah.
I mean, we had like the Behringer stuff at the low price, and then above that, you were talking either MXR or Boss, and those were your choices, weren't they?
Yeah, that was basically it.
With some Ibanez as well. I mean, your Tube Screamer's been enduring, and maybe a little bit of HX. But we didn't have a lot of those round us.
So when I first started playing guitar, I decided I want to go and buy a pedal, and I went into the local store at the time, which had a selection of about 25 Boss pedals. and nothing else. There wasn't any Behringers. There wasn't any. What was it? Dan Electro that had the Fab distortion.
It was Dan Electro.
I remember that being in the Total Guitar magazine that taught me how to play an Arctic Monkeys song.
Nice.
Right when I was first starting to learn. But yeah, we're going back to like 2006 now. But yeah, like we didn't even have that. It was literally you went in and it was like if you wanted to buy a pedal, you had to have at least 60 quid with you, and it was a Boss pedal, and yeah, that was it.
Yeah. I mean, there was kind of like 3 guitar shops around when I was first starting. 2 of which were kind of useful, and then one was a massive pain in the arse. So one of which was PMT, which is still going now. And in that like Birmingham branch of PMT, the pedal section was enclosed in like a big doorway that was in the shape of a Boss DS1. So like instantly going into that, you knew what you were getting, because it was like, okay, this is the pedal section,
the Boss room.
But it almost kind of suggested to you that pedals are Boss. And I think there were like two like full BCB 60 pedal boards set up with a couple of Boss pedals, like your acoustic sim and maybe like a reverb and a delay, and then like the drive pedals, and then there was like some Line 6 pedals. I think the Tone Core ones, and that was your choice. It was you can have the Boss ones, which are tried and true and tested, and we're in the Boss house, or you can try these Line 6 ones, which are new, and new things are scary. And so that was your choice. But yeah, I mean, like we talked about a fair few kind of UK manufacturers. I know like Eastman aren't UK, but like TateFX, we've got Thorpy, Honeyboy. These are all like UK companies who are making their stuff essentially. We've got Fidelity Guitars who are making a couple of waves as well. The stylings and whatnot, not necessarily to my taste, but everyone who tried one that I heard about Fidelity guitars said they are absolutely amazing quality. And I've got no reason to doubt that. We've got companies like Zander Effects, who are, I mean, they're a company known for their like generally pushing the boat in terms of like kind of boutique pedal companies, because you tend to find that there's a lot of drive going on with boutique pedal companies, and they've done like delays and whatnot, and then they come out with this this new pedal. I can't remember, Junipo or something like that, for the guitar show, which has like amazing features, which is like MIDI controlled and like 3-foot switches and like all manner of like presets and whatnot. And you think the fact that like this like awesome kind of boutique one-man operation can do something that sophisticated and amazing is just awesome. I'm definitely going to have to do a bit more research on that pedal, because I just know that it's amazing. I just know that it's cray. But yeah, I mean, Thorpy, teaming up with Danish Pete and doing, managing to take it to a whole new level, and bringing out the deep organ as well, which again, a chorus is not where you usually look to for boutique pedal manufacturers.
No, not at all.
Crimson Guitars, they've been around for ages and ages and ages. One of the kind of first guitar-based YouTube content that I ever saw was Crimson Guitars, and they're going from strength to strength with their stuff, and a company that I'd really like to try. And again, like I've heard people saying that they tried the Crimson guitar stuff and were really impressed with the quality. Our Fletch, although he weren't displaying at the thingy, his stuff was represented over on the Honeyboy stand, and again a testament to just how awesome Fletch's stuff is. That Andy over at Honeyboy is happy to have his amps being represented by Fletch pickups, and then like I saw there was more than one stand that had a Hampstead amp. Only ever having heard about them through that pedal show, because they've talked about Hampstead amps before. Not a huge operation, so they're still quite boutique. But like you see more. There was a fully purple Tolex Hampstead amp over at the Thorpy stand, which looked the absolute bollocks. And Victory as well. They're working with so many awesome people these days. Like they're working with Richie Kotzen, and he's a guy who's like absolutely massive.
Yeah. He's a guitarist, all right.
He definitely is. I was just kind of overwhelmed by how awesome the UK is representing gear at the moment. We're doing all right, you know. We're doing all right.
Yeah. Like I say, and I like the fact that variety is a thing. I think it was a very boring scene at one stage where everybody was using the same amps, everybody was using a like there was a time in the 90s where every band you saw was using a Marshall with either a Strat or Les Paul.
Yeah.
And we don't have to be like that anymore. Like it kind of felt like that was the option, whereas now, whether it's amp companies, whether it's pedal companies, whether it's guitar companies, you can find something that is tailored to you. You don't have to find a Strat that will fit you, or a Telly that will fit you, or a Les Paul that will fit you. You can find your Les Paul or your Strat or your Telly out there somewhere with the specs that you want. Absolutely. At different price points as well. You can go for like massive specs, or you can go for like basic specs, and you can get them at either guitars at either kind of price points.
You just sparked one of the things that I remember seeing actually. A couple of weeks back, we mentioned Stag guitars doing some legit new shapes. There were
I don't know whether we mentioned it. I remember. I can't remember whether we were talking about it or reading about it or what. But
we might not have mentioned it on the cast actually, but we definitely had a chat about it. And I actually saw a couple of these new Stags in the person, and they look awesome. They look really good, and I didn't think there would ever be a point in my life where I was going, yeah, that Stag is banging. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a far cry from 15 years ago, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Where you go, oh, that Stag is a starter pack.
Yeah, that little gif where the baby runs into a room and goes, oh, no, and then runs out. No. That is exactly how you would treat Stag.
It is.
And like they're making it legit these days. And I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up for today. It's been an absolute monster cast of just guitar showiness, but I think on our Sunday cast this week we're gonna have more NAMM news as well, because we still haven't done all of that.
We haven't talked about the Big F, have we?
We haven't. There's just so much. So we'll have to have a chat about that actually before we do that, and not just wing it like we usually do. So yeah, if you wanna find us online, you find me BudgetPedalChap. So it's Facebook.com/BudgetPedalChap, Instagram.com/BudgetPedalChap, YouTube. Type in BudgetPedalChap, you'll find me. There's new content going up, which has been recorded for the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm going to try and keep on top of that again to make sure that the content is coming out. And Phil over at Pedal Patch, I am going to get my massive pedal board wired up. It will happen. Yeah. So I'm going to be using those Pedal Patch cables to do that. It's going to happen. And I might even make it into a video.
Ace.
If you want to catch us just out and about on the internet, we hang out in the Fret Talk podcast group, or you can catch us on the live streams in Pedalboards of Doom on Sunday nights. It's kind of fortnightly Sunday night where you can kind of put your questions in live, which is absolutely amazing, and we'll largely ignore them. No, we try answer questions as best as we can. If you want to find Matt online, Matt is an absolute monster who does loads of things. He does the Bad Buckers podcast as well as this podcast, which you can find on Acast,
everywhere,
Bcast, Zcast, yeah, all of the casts, iTunes as well, and SoundCloud. You also do Twitch streaming, and that's heel_Matt Q.
It is, and I was actually listening to last week's podcast where you and Lee were singing stuff, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not stupid enough to sing on the internet." Oh, I said there's some offhand comment on there.
Yeah.
A closed beta for a game called Twitch Sings has been out, and I stupidly said, somebody mentioned it in a stream, and I said, "Yeah, fine, I'll enter for the closed beta." Everybody else had been waiting like 6 months for their codes to come through to download this game. Apparently, they're now just rolling the beta out completely. 3 days later, it drops. So last Sunday, I did some singing on the internet.
Well, hey.
So, and if you want to, I also did some guitar playing because you can do duets with other people where they record one part and then you go in and sing the other part, or you record a part and wait for somebody else to sing along. And out there, somebody made me do Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Goo Goo, whatever they were called.
Yeah, the Goo Goo Dolls.
Whatever they...
And I don't want the world to see me.
And there's a 90-second break where nobody's singing in that song, and obviously this is a singing thing. And I didn't particularly want to... I didn't want to, obviously sit there and do nothing for 90 seconds. And I also didn't want to be bothered to learn the guitar solo, so I just improvised over the top of it with my Taylor Baby.
Fair enough. I went...
So there's even now guitar on my Twitch channel.
Get in. We're permeating it. So you do that. You're on... you've started up your Instagram account, haven't you? You've started using that more frequently.
Yep.
And that's not heel_Matt Q, is it? Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
yeah.
That's nice and easy to remember. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram are all the same.
Awesome. From us at the Fret Talk Podcast, we'd like to extend our massive thanks to you, the listeners, for downloading and listening and being just awesome people and being loyal every week to this podcast. We do it for you lot. So I doff my cap, my virtual cap to you. So from myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, from Mr. Bye Matt. Bye Matt.
Bye Matt.
It's gonna be a goodbye and good night for this week on the Fret Talk Podcast. Tatty bye.
Tatty bye. Ta-da.
Ta-da. Oh man, it's a monster cast, like super big. Oh matron, that's what she said.
dear.